Hey YouTube family, how are you guys doing? Hope you're all doing well. Getting close to Christmas. Hope all your gift wrapping is done and your letters to Santa have all been sent. Hope he's good to you. So, you've seen me do a ton of videos tearing down guitars and calling them what's under the hood. But have you ever wondered what's under the paint? Or in this case, the stain? Well, you're about to find out. Don't mind the jacket, I'm on my way out. I'm going to go bring this guitar to a buddy of mine and we're going to strip it. And I don't know what's going to happen to this flame top, but as you can see, I have it taped off for a forearm contour. So I'm going to take about not quite half of the thickness down and just, this area. So this will be like the new forearm contour, and I'm not sure how that's going to affect the overall finish. I really do not like this color of blue, so hoping to strip all this off and just maybe stain it and then maybe seal it with some tung oil or true oil or something, and that'll be it. Just leave it as natural as possible. I did plug these holes and then I re-drilled them for the new bridge, the black bridge I showed you just previously, and I ran string through body holes. And on the back side, I got my Dremel out. I did a little route so I can put my string through body plate right in here. It just sits right in there perfectly and the two screws will hold it. And that's it. I'm not going to do anything else to this guitar. I'm not going to contour the heel. I'm not going to go in depth like that. I'm not going to contour the horn. Anyway, we're just going to keep it just a basic telly, but with forearm contour. And I don't even think I'm going to widen this cavity. I'm just going to use a mini pot. And the plan is just a 3-way switch, one volume. That's it. Now, if you guys have been with me for a while, you've seen me do a series of videos called The Barry Show. So, I got a good friend of mine. His name's Barry. He's kind of a guitar enthusiast. He has a ton of them, probably more than me. And he doesn't play in bands or anything like that. He just plays at home, and he has great taste for guitars and amps. So I've featured a bunch of his stuff on my channel. But he's not just a guitar enthusiast. He's also one heck of a woodworker. He's got all the tools and also the knowledge. I have no doubt in my mind that Barry could build a guitar from scratch, electric or acoustic. I don't know if he has taken that on yet. But Barry, maybe you should give it a shot. We could do a YouTube video on that or something. The friend that I was taking the Leo James body to was indeed Barry. If there's anybody that could strip that guitar down to its bare essentials and add a forearm contour, it would be him. Can I do it? Sure. Would I mess it up? Probably. I love doing mods and stuff. One thing I lack is patience and time. I don't have a lot of it. So stuff has to get done, and it has to get done quick. So I thought, you know what? I'll take this to someone who has the tools, kind of knows what they're doing, has experience under the belt. They'll just strip it down, and then I'll do the little extra sanding just to contour it the way I want or whatever, or if need be, or anyway. So today is Friday, December 20th. So I dropped it off yesterday afternoon. And, showed him, and I'm like, I think you can strip this for me, get all this crappy blue color off, and bring it right down to the wood. And he's like, jeepers, I don't know, you're probably going to lose your quilt top. I don't care, just, strip it down. He calls me up around lunchtime and says, yeah, guitar's ready, you can pick it up. Turned out pretty good. I was able to save the quilt top, and he says, by the way, the back of that guitar is a sticker as well. So, like I was saying, you guys have seen me do Under the Hood, but have you ever seen an episode where you find out what's under the paint? With these Leo James tellies, you're about to find out. Ta-da! Look at this thing. Man, he stripped that thing. So, the back, all right, is an actual, laminate print. That's not the real wood of the guitar. The real wood of the guitar, it is some kind of mahogany, but I think it's just pieces of scrap wood that they actually, glue together. And because you can see how the wood is really dark in the middle. And Barry was saying, had I stripped this down to the bare wood, I think you'd have this big strip in the middle. And Lord knows what it would look like and if it would be even centered or whatever. So he was able to somehow save this top. It is super thin. You can see how it almost looks like paper right here. And don't ask me how he did this perfect line. Man, he did a great job. I asked him, how'd you get this perfect line? He says, oh, that's a trade secret. I can't tell you that. So I'm all right. So, but you can tell it's like, it's just paper. Like, man, I don't know, what they use, but not too familiar. You guys can maybe add that in the comments. So he was able to sand off all of that blue haze tint. And you can see now why that blue was coming out kind of green, because this sticker or whatever they put on this guitar kind of does have a yellowish greenish haze to it. Farm contour is really nice. It's not too thin, so that's great. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to round over the edges. On these guitars, the edges are pretty square, and Barry kept it all true, to the original. But I'm going to round those off. And, I wasn't sure if you guys remember in the first videos if this was an actual binding or just painted. It is an actual binding, but it's a really thin one. And it's a little plastic black binding. Not much of one. So, yeah, I'm just going to round that off. And if I lose it, I lose it. I don't really care. And yeah, and on the back side, same thing. The edges are pretty square, so I'm just going to round that over a little bit. And so it's pretty much ready to go, and that's what's under the paint. So when you buy these, super budget guitars that have these fancy finishes on top, it's probably not the real wood. However, the real wood, underneath doesn't look terribly bad. Like, there's some nice grain there. Like Barry was saying, if you take the chance to strip this whole top off, like the cap, you just don't know what's going to be in the middle here. Like down here on this side, it doesn't look like there's a dark section, right? This is kind of V'd in there. It doesn't look like there's a dark section. And that's not tint, that's actual wood. So I don't know where it goes, but then in here, you can see how it's kind of dark on one side and then it's light on the other. So it could, there could be like just a chunk of wood here for whatever reason. Anyway, didn't want to take a chance. Definitely not a super clean piece of wood, but they make it look that way with a cap on the back as well. So that is not real wood. It's the same kind of piece of paper that they use on the front. The plan for this is going to be a Minwax ebony stain. So it's going to be like a transparent black stain. Me and black. I'm not sure how many coats I'll give it. It just depends how thick it goes on, the first time. And then I bought some rub-on poly. So yeah, this is like a poly finish. It'll cure a little bit harder and doesn't need to be reapplied as opposed to like gun oil or tongue oil or true oil. Because that was my original plan, was just to, kind of tongue oil the guitar body maybe. But the person at the store there was telling me that this stuff goes on really easily, and it actually, it's hard. It gets, you put 2-3 coats of this stuff, and it might actually create a better moisture barrier so that the guitar won't swell and shrink in temperature variances, especially here in PI. And my Amazon parts came in. So I got my Music Lily tuners. They'll be ready to go. The little black strap buttons, string through body plate, the black neck plate, control plate, and of course the black bridge, which I showed you last time. So everything's kind of ready. I just gotta finish that body and slap everything together. So anyway, I'm gonna get to work on this stuff, and I'll come back when everything is done. If there's a major issue, I will do a quick video, but I'm not gonna put you through the painstaking boredom of watching me rub a cloth with stain on it on top of this guitar. You don't have to watch me do that. So, but if there's a problem or an issue or the stain's not soaking through this paper or whatever the heck is on that thing, I will, I'll let you know. But as far as stain, hey, you put it on a rag, you rub it on. Like, well, what could go wrong? I don't know. When I come back in the next video, we will hopefully be ready for assembly. Wish me luck. leave a comment. I'll answer. And, any opinions you guys have or any experience, greatly appreciated all the time. Take care. God bless. Christmas right around the corner. Get that gift wrapping done. And we'll see you next time.